What if I told you that everything you think you know about wealth is wrong? Forget the Lamborghinis, the private jets, the mansions you see plastered all over social media. The real difference between being broke and being truly wealthy isn't about the stuff you own. It's a completely different universe of thinking, of problems, and of possibilities. We're talking about a gap so massive, it's almost comical. Today, we're not just scratching the surface. We are diving headfirst into the brutal, unfiltered, and sometimes shocking truth about every single level of wealth in America. You might think you know where you stand, but I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll see your own financial life in a completely new light. We're going to break down the entire ladder, from the absolute bottom rung, where every single dollar is a life or death decision, all the way to the very top, where money stops being a tool and starts becoming a force of nature. What does it actually feel like to be struggling to survive? And what new problems pop up when you finally have more money than you know what to do with? The answers are not what you'd expect. This isn't your typical financial advice lecture. This is a no-holds-barred look at the psychology, the reality, and the hidden rules of the money game that no one ever talks about. So buckle up, because we're about to pull back the curtain. The journey from zero to financial freedom, and even beyond to generational legacy, is filled with traps, illusions, and incredible opportunities. What separates the person who's stuck in a financial nightmare from the one who's living the dream? It's more than just a bigger paycheck. It's a series of mindset shifts, strategic moves, and hard-earned lessons that define each stage. We'll explore the comfort trap that keeps millions of people from ever becoming truly wealthy, and we'll reveal the moment when your money finally starts working harder for you than you do for it. This isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about understanding the game so you can finally start winning it. Are you ready to find out where you really are on the wealth spectrum? Are you prepared to hear what it actually takes to climb to the next level, and the level after that? Because what I'm about to share will change the way you look at your job, your savings, and your future, forever. We're going beyond the cliches and giving you the raw, actionable truth. This is the real playbook. The next 23 minutes could redefine the rest of your financial life. Let me tell you about a guy named John. John could be your neighbor, your coworker, or maybe even a reflection you see in the mirror. He worked a steady 9 to 5 and did everything society told him was the right way to live. On the surface, things were okay. But deep down, he felt a constant, low-grade hum of anxiety. He was living paycheck to paycheck, one unexpected bill away from a financial crisis. John dreamed of more, but it felt like a distant fantasy. The gap between his reality and his dream felt impossibly wide. He was 35, looking at his retirement account statement, and the number staring back at him was laughably small. It was a wake-up call. The frustration turned into fuel. John decided he was going to understand the game of money, not just play it by default. He was ready to take his first step up the ladder of wealth. Because the true purpose of wealth is freedom. John represents the potential within us all. And that first step begins with awareness, and the decision to take control. Level 1. Survival. This is where a huge percentage of the population lives. And it's a brutal, exhausting place to be. Here, your entire financial life is a reactive game. A bill pops up, you whack it down. The car breaks down, and it's an absolute catastrophe. There is no long-term planning here. The defining characteristic of the survival zone is having zero buffer. Your income equals your expenses, or sometimes your expenses even greater than your income. You're thinking about how to afford groceries for the week or how to keep the lights on. It's a life of treading water, and the current is always pulling you under. It's a state of high stress and constant worry. It's the feeling of being trapped. It's an invisible cage made of financial anxiety, and it can feel impossible to escape. The biggest misconception about people in the survival zone is that they're lazy or irresponsible. These are often the hardest working people you'll ever meet. The problem isn't a lack of effort. It's a lack of strategy. They're stuck on the hamster wheel. Understanding this is the first step to figuring out how to get off. The scarcity mindset is a powerful and destructive force in personal finance. When you worry about not having enough, your brain functions differently. It narrows your focus to immediate problems, which is great for short-term survival but devastating for long-term planning. This creates a vicious cycle. Because you're so focused on immediate needs, you make decisions that hurt you in the long run. It's a cognitive trap that reinforces the very financial instability you're trying to escape. Breaking free from this psychological grip is just as important as changing your financial habits. It begins with a conscious decision to shift your focus, even in small ways. You have to start believing you can escape the trap before you can actually find the exit. Breaking the cycle starts with one word: budget. Not a straitjacket, but a roadmap. Your plan for every dollar. Track every expense. You can't fix what you don't measure. Once you know where your money goes, create a zero-based budget. Every dollar gets a job before the month begins. This reveals leaks, subscriptions, mindless spending, the death by 1,000 coffees. Next, build a small emergency fund, $500 to $1,000. It's your shock absorber for life surprises. With that buffer, you're no longer one flat tire away from crisis. Then, attack high-interest debt relentlessly. Use the debt snowball or avalanche. Just keep moving. Every extra dollar goes to crushing debt, until it's gone. These steps put you in control, shifting you from financial survival to stability. Level 2, stability. You've killed high-interest debt, built a real emergency fund, and finally have breathing room. Now you're not just surviving, you're secure. There's a surplus at the end of each month. This is your freedom fund. You can plan, invest, and sleep better at night. Retirement becomes real. Start contributing to a 401k for the company match. Maybe open a Roth IRA. You're not rich, but you have options and control. But beware, with extra money comes temptation. Bigger apartments, newer cars, expensive hobbies. This is the first big fork in the road. How you handle your surplus now determines if you keep climbing or get stuck. The right choices here set the stage for true wealth. Don't let comfort stall your progress. The biggest danger now. The comfort trap. Golden handcuffs. As your income grows, so do your expenses. Bigger house. New cars. Luxury everything. You feel rich, but your net worth barely moves. You're trapped by your lifestyle. This is lifestyle creep, the silent killer of wealth. Even celebrities fall for it. Nicolas Cage made millions, but spent even more, ending up in debt. The lesson? It's not what you make. It's what you keep. Be intentional. Inflate your lifestyle slower than your income. When you get a raise, invest most of it before upgrading your life. Keep housing and transportation in check. Pay your future self first. This discipline separates the comfortable from the truly wealthy. Ready to accelerate? Shift from saving to investing. Saving built your foundation. But now your money needs to work for you. Inflation erodes cash. Investing grows it. Automate investments into low-cost index funds or ETFs like the S&P 500. Compound interest is your new best friend. Your money earns money. Then that money earns more. At first, growth is slow. But over time, your investments outpace your contributions. Automate transfers every payday. The less you think about it, the more you build. This is how you bridge from stability to financial freedom. Consistency and automation are your secret weapons. Let your money do the heavy lifting. Level 3, the freedom zone. Your investments cover your living expenses. You could stop working today and be fine. This is true financial independence. Work becomes a choice, not a necessity. You've bought back your time. Every hour is yours. The 4% rule, need $80,000 a year. You'll want about $2 million invested. You got here through discipline, automation, and resisting lifestyle creep. Now the question shifts: how do you use your freedom for a meaningful life? The finish line is behind you. The blank canvas is ahead. It's not just about money anymore, it's about purpose. Design your life intentionally. That's the real reward of the Freedom Zone. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Thanks for watching.